Antonio Breyer called me last night along with his mother and informed me last evening late that he had made a mistake and that he would like to be back with the program and be a part of this team. I have visited with his mother. I have visited with him at length, and we think it's the best thing for our program at this time to allow him to come back and be a part of this family. And this is something that he alluded to me last night. I slept on it. I met with my staff this morning. I met with my administration, and we are confident that he is coming back for the right reasons, and we are confident that this is in the best interest of both parties, and we would not do this if indeed we did not think it was in the best interest of both parties. So that's how we'll start it off, and I would rather take questions about Western Kentucky and move on if that's okay with you guys.
I guess I just have to ask Barry, like, whatever issues you had before, do you think those will reoccur?
I can't answer that question, Todd. I don't know. I wish I had a crystal ball. I've come to the conclusion that if we're not having issues or if we're not having problems, that it's not Saluki basketball. I've been on a roller coaster since the Thursday after the national championship game since I got here, and I continued that I think the ride will continue to be on a roller coaster. It is definitely one of the it's definitely been one of the most challenging moments in my career, or not moments, but time period in my career in coaching, but that's where we are, and certainly we adapt and we try to handle every situation that we can, even though it's based sometimes on an individual basis. I stick with what I said yesterday. The welfare of the student athlete is the most important thing. The welfare of their program is not. And I believe that in every college program. I don't think there's a college coach out there, I don't think there's a pro coach out there that ever values a student welfare that's less than the program. And I think we abide by that.
Is Antonio eligible to play tomorrow?
He is eligible to play. He will make the trip, and consequently, that if we get in foul trouble now, that we'll have another guy that we can run out there. So I think that's the, we poke fun at it, but that's the truth.
What did the win last week do for this team's confidence, and what have you seen, especially in practice, how it's carried over?
Kelly, our practices have been better. I think they've been better because we've challenged our guys. Today's a big day for us because a week ago today, we didn't have a good practice, and we had to throw them out. It'll be interesting to see how we respond today. I'm really looking forward to going down there after the presser and seeing how we respond. So I don't know if I can really answer that question right now until we see how we play the next game, and I would say see how you play the next home game. I think the greatest effect of that game, or the greatest variable that came out of that, was how our fans felt. And everywhere I go in this community, people are talking about how excited they are and they want to be a part of the program again and they want to come to the games. And I think that's great. I say that with caution. That one win doesn't erase the roller coaster nor the difficulties that we're getting ready to face as a basketball team. Nothing's changed. We still have the same guys that we started the year with. We know there's challenges in front of us. We know there's going to be difficult times in front of us, and how are we going to handle those? When you win games like that, you can always revert back to them as an example that will help you in the future, and I hope to do that.
Were you happy with the student turnout?
I was elated with the student turnout. I had an opportunity to visit with them the night before, basically all the incoming freshmen the night before, and we had almost 1,000 students here the night before, and I got a chance to visit with them, not about basketball, but just about life in general, and got to share with them a few of my points and a few of my challenges for them, and certainly it coincided with their attendance at the game, and I thought that was good. I make no bones about it. I've said this, and I'll continue to say this. We need our sixth man. We cannot win basketball games without our sixth man. We're not good enough. I mean, I'm sorry. That's reality. I don't live in fantasy world. There's no Alice in Wonderland practicing out there on our court. We are in a realistic environment. We are not that good, but we have a crowd that can be great. And when our crowd is great, it gives us an opportunity to be better than what we actually are. Everybody knows that you can play off of excitement. Everybody knows that you can play off of charisma. And when our crowd provides that like they did the other night, certainly you saw what happened. And it could have easily gone the other way, but it didn't. And I gave great credit, and I still give great credit to the crowd and the sixth man for that victory.
How important do you expect the rebounding battle to be tomorrow? I mean, Western Kentucky's a good rebounding team as well as you.
They had 18 offensive rebounds in their last game. And when you go out on the floor and there's a chance, literally there's a chance that we could put somebody on the floor at one time that everybody's 6'5" or 6'6" and under. And I think anytime you have that, you really have to be concerned. They had 18 offensive rebounds in their last game, their last outing. Going into this game, the two keys we felt like are how can we get stops and how can we get rebounds, and that's certainly it's high on our prerogative.
Coach, is Western Kentucky the most difficult challenges you'll be facing this year?
No, I don't think so. I think everybody we face right now is a difficult challenge for us. I don't think, at the end of the year maybe I could measure that and give you a measurement. I know it's a very difficult place to play. I know they're coming off an NCAA tournament berth. I know that they're 6-2, and they've played well on the road, and they've really played well at home. It'll be interesting to see how we respond.
They play well in transition. Can you still send 5 guys for the offensive rebound against Western Kentucky, you think?
No, we can't do that. We know we've got to get back. We know they're going to cause us some difficulty in the rebounding war, and we got to make sure that the guys that we do send to the glass are capable of coming up with it. And certainly one of those guys is Jeff Early.
Do you expect to use the same starting lineup this game?
Kelly, around here, starting lineups,
Day to day?
yeah, they're day to day around here, I'm coming to find out. I would really like to settle down where we have a routine. But I'm coming to a fact here, coming to an agreement with me and my staff that that's just not going to be possible with this group of guys. I got a bunch of knuckleheads, a bunch of goobers, and I'll tell you what, they just can mess up at any time. But with that being said, I think we're getting closer and closer to a routine. I'm not a superstitious guy at all, but I do like routines, and there's a huge difference.
Western was down 13. They rallied to win. You showed some toughness against Fresno State. How do you try to match their toughness tomorrow?
Well, I think, we were up 12. They were down 13 and came back. We were up 12, and we let the other team come back. So I don't know. I mean, I think this is a learning curve for us. I mean, we're still getting to figure out our players, and our players are still kind of figuring us out. They've only seen us get beat once. They saw how we reacted at the time, and it was more of a collective effort type deal where we just came in the locker room and we discussed. But they've seen my wrath in practice. They've seen my wrath, glimpses of it during a game, but not after I felt like that we didn't compete. And the second half at St. Louis, we competed. We actually fought our tails off. If we get to a point where we don't do that, then certainly it'll change.
What type of player is T.J. Price? And, can you talk a little bit about his playmaking abilities?
I think T.J. causes us some really difficult problems. One, he's their leading scorer, and he's really he's really put together well. I mean, here's a guy that's playing at 208, 6'4". He looks like an outside linebacker, but he plays like a running back. And that causes us some problems. That causes us some difficulty. So what we have to do is one of our biggest challenges, what are our matchups? I mean, if you go into the ball game, there's no question that we're looking at right off the bat, what do we do with their big guys? At 6'11", at 6'6", 6'7", well, guys, we're 6'1" and 6'6". The math doesn't work out. So obviously we're trying to find a way that we feel like we can guard people with a smaller lineup.
And how do you get Teal going early tomorrow night?
I think the easiest way to get Dan Teal going early is throw him the ball. I mean, that makes a lot of difference. If you look at St. Louis, we never threw the ball to him. In the first half, we threw it to him twice. It's always a lot easier to get somebody going when you feed them. And same way with me. You want to get me going? Throw a couple of ribs out there on the plate, and I'll get you going real quick.
Have you done a better job of doing that in practice? Missed them a couple of times against Fresno.
I think we've done a better job of that in practice, and my wife's done a better job of that at night. Okay, guys.